All right. What's up, y'all? So, the 49ers had a successful win today, but I really want to go over just a couple of comparisons on how they won, how they can better from where they're at now, because they are going to face way more tougher teams in the schedule than just dealing with the Buccaneers, who are kind of teetering on that mediocre spot. Um, we're going to go over some highlights. We're going to go over some things that kind of happened amongst the team with the controversy with Debo Samuel during the game. And we're going to go over players coming back as well, and those type of things in the box score as well. So, uh, real quick, the reason why the 49ers won this game is because Christian McCaffrey played. Played. I believe they would not have won this game if he would not have played. And what he did was he brought a layer to the offense that other teams could not handle. You have linebackers that are used to running on different type of routes when covering a running back, but Christian McCaffrey can go vertical. And when you have a guy, a 4-4 guy going vertical, that is where it would really stretch out the linebackers to cover someone like that. There's only a few linebackers I could think of off the top of my brain right now that could actually cover Christian McCaffrey. And one of the players always, maybe Marco Parsons, but he's just coming back from injury. That would be one player. But let's just go over the box score, and we're going to go over a few other highlights as well. But the 49ers do need to make some improvements. And if they don't get it together, they are going to have a tough time making it winning the division. I do think they can slide into a wild card spot at the very least. And so let's just go over this box score real quick. Let me pull this up for you guys. Right. Pull this up for you guys real quick. All right. Let's see, I'll pull it up on Yahoo. Let me pull this up on Yahoo, you guys. See if I can find it on Yahoo. All right. Yeah, I'll pull it up on Yahoo. Right, here we go. So, let me pull that up for you guys to also see it as well. All right. All right, so Baker Mayfield played mediocre. Is Baker Mayfield a good quarterback? Good, yes. Great, no. Um, Now, to his defense, he's missing two receivers, that two-star receivers, which would be Chris Goodwin and so Chris Godwin or what have you. So I think there's another receiver he's missing. So he's not going to have the best season when he's missing his two-star receivers. Uh, he did make an excellent play. I believe it was in the fourth quarter to keep that first down alive, and that's something he's really good. And he's becoming a good quarterback. At first, he was like, but now he's becoming a very good quarterback. A good quarterback. I want to say very good. Uh, the difference, Brock Purdy played excellent. Brock Purdy played excellent. QBR, 119, 2 touchdowns thrown, throw for 353 yards, 25 off of 36. So it did very, very extremely well. 119.3 QB rating. Christian McCaffrey, which I was really nervous about, putting him out there a little too much. I'm glad they just put him in doses. Get him acclimated back. Do this for about 2 more weeks. Get him acclimated back, get his legs back, his wind back, and eventually he can get back into his self, being able to play more. But there were flashes of Christian McCaffrey where he opened up the offense and he caused a lot of chaos. And that chaos of him playing opened up for Ricky Porcel, opened up for Juwan Jennings, opened up for Deebo Samuel and George Kittle to have really good days. No one got over 100-yard mark, but Juwan Jennings played incredible, and he played really good, and I think he is going to get paid next year. I don't know if the 49ers can afford him. I don't know exactly what his contract is, but right now he is on pace to get 1,000 yards this season, and he played really well. I think he had like 90. He had 93 yards off of 7 receptions. Was averaging 13 yards a carry. Ricky Purcell played really great. He had 73 yards, and I see he's starting to get his win back. And give him a couple more weeks, and he also will get back to being very good like he did when he played at Florida. And we are going to go over little highlights here and there as well in the game after I get done with this box score. Christian McCaffrey, what I said, maybe on the running, he got 13 rushes, which is still pretty much half of what he usually gets, but he also used him and deployed him in the offense as well. And he had 6 receptions for 68 yards. He was averaging 11 yards a reception. And out of those 6 receptions, he was targeted 7 times. So he did really well. The constant was George Kittle. George Kittle is having a great season. He might be in the top 2 or 3 tight ends in the league right now. That one long play where he caught the ball and he shifted and turned and went up the field. And once Big George keeps going, he's hard to take down. And that 30, I think it was 30. Oh yeah, here it is, 33 yards. That 33-yard play was really pivotal. And Deebo played pretty well as well. And Christian McCaffrey, he opened up that offense. So altogether, they did really good. And Ricky Purcell can't fill the void of a Brandon Ayuk, who I think is the best receiver by far on the team. But he can give them another player as well. And drafting him might have been a godsend that Kyle Shanahan did by drafting him and having that extra receiver and not have to rely on Deebo and Juwan Jennings so much in the offense. I expect Jordan Mason to actually play, which I was actually shocked. He only got 1 rush. I don't know if they're just kind of working him back as well. but I noticed that the plan was definitely to open up the offense uh, vertically. It was definitely not. They were not trying to run the ball in this game. I mean, clearly they saw issues with Tampa Bay. They knew Tampa Bay, who's an excellent run team. They knew why we're going to keep running the ball when we're going to use the offense. We're going to use the vertical game to open up the run, and I think that's something that Kyle Shanahan had in his game plan, and it absolutely worked as well. Um, Special teams. I'll give my grades right now. Special teams was actually terrible. Jake Moody missed 3 field goals. This game shouldn't even been close. This game should not have been close at all. Most of them were gimmies. They were like 38 to 40 to 49 yards, somewhere in that range. They weren't, really particularly like 60-yard field goals to kick. I don't know if he's still, because he's working himself back, but not very good at all. The return game was okay. Cowan did have one good run, I believe, in the second half. I want to say it's either third quarter, I believe. Um, and so there's that. All right, so let's go over some quick highlights as well. First we'll go over the standings in NFC West before we go there. So in NFC West, the Cardinals won, and they won. They're good this year. Let's just give it to it. The Cardinals are a good team this year. But Kyler Murray and is back, playing back to what he was 2 or 3 years ago. Okay. And instead of having Marvin Harrison Jr., is also giving him another vertical threat down the field and an elite receiver to throw to. And you have San Francisco at 5-4. We know Arizona holds the placeholder regardless. If Arizona was 5-4 and they would have lost, they still would be in first place because they beat San Francisco already. And then you have LA and Seattle, and all these teams are kind of tinkering within a game or two from each other as well. Seattle's has lost the last 2, but the Rams, the 49ers, and Arizona are starting to get a little win streak. Rams won 3 in a row. San Francisco's won 2 in a row. Arizona's won 4 in a row. So teams are starting to get a little stretch going as well. So let me pull up their schedule, you guys. So these are the games that they have left. They have Seattle, they have Green Bay, they have Buffalo, they have Chicago, LA, Miami, Detroit, and Arizona again. It may come down to this game right here against Arizona for San Francisco to win a division. We will see. But just going over the schedule, I do think they can beat Seattle. Okay. I do against Green Bay. At Green Bay. That's going to be tough. That's up in the air. Buffalo. No. That's a loss. Chicago. Yes, they can beat Chicago. LA, I think they can beat LA. So I have them at least winning Seattle. So that's 1 more win, 2 more wins, 3. So they got 3 more wins. Now they're 8, at least 8-4, 8-5, somewhere around there. Okay. Then Miami, so they'll be 9-5. And then I have, they play Detroit. They're not going to beat Detroit. So I have them at 9-6. So I got about like 10-7 you know, somewhere around there, 10-7, 11-6, somewhere around there. So they can still win a division. I do think, regardless, they will get a wild card spot. Regardless, I do think with them having their reserves back, when they, you know, having their players back, you know, getting McCaffrey back, Parasol is starting to get better and get back to himself after being shot. You have Dre Greenlaw actually taking on the sideline, practice field, actually exercising, getting himself back. Maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, he'll be ready to get back. Hufanga, I don't know what's going on with Hufanga, but let's see what they have with injuries here. Let's go over their injuries and see who else is coming back. I know Greenlaw will be back this season. Let's see here. So so he's busy on perform regular season. I do think he will be back in like 3 or 4 weeks. I really do. See, I know Brandon Ayuk is done. They have a lot. They're beat up pretty bad. Not gonna lie, they're beat up pretty bad. Maybe possibly Elijah Mitchell comes back in a month or so. So they are getting some of their players back. They're banged up with nagging injuries right now. So, all right, let's head over to Twitter. All right. You see right here, Brock Purdy, excellent play. Brock Purdy with a great pass to George Kittle in the end zone, which made him pretty much the difference. And of course,
kick is up and it is up and through.
Wow, and there's a W between Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. I'm sorry. Moody gets the W. Defense played extremely good. Bosa played really good as well.
Phrases things like you, so I'm going to have you do it for me. This game, a battle, so many ups and downs, including with your kick.
Super happy about how the guys fought all day. We had some ugly plays, but we had a lot of great plays. Ricky stepped up. How about Ricky?
Ricky played really well. That's right, George. Let's go.
Ricky Pearsall trying to beat his man in the end zone, and he is...
Great job. Good, Ricky. That's his first W. First touchdown of the game. There was one thing I really wanted to touch on. I don't know what was going on between Deebo Samuel. Let's see here. I know him and the long snapper got into it. Wow. That's crazy. Wow.
Special teams. Yeah, that's a lot of emotion, and these guys are fighting hard, you know.
Yeah, that is crazy. Deebo, you know, that was not good for Deebo to do that, bro. Wow. I don't know what he was doing. He definitely needs to be disciplined after that game. going after a long snapper. He's not even on offense like that. You know what I mean? So that was crazy seeing this. I don't know what was going on. Let's see. Let's see. Presser. Let's go over to YouTube. All right.
I mean, I basically said I knew they were going to be ready to play. Our guys were.
Let's go with the questions. I want to hear what Kyle had to say.
The game was a battle. I told them this team that is playing 2 days before their bye week, so we knew we were going to get their best shot. I thought we had opportunities to run away with it. We didn't. That was on us. But I was so proud of the guys in all 3 phases how they rebounded. I mean, just the struggles, those 2 struggle goals for the muff punt solid all game, but those huge penalties. I don't have much of a take because I didn't see any of it, so I just got told about it, but probably an obvious one. Guys frustrated and something probably happened and, brother scuffle a little bit. I didn't see any of it, so I don't know how bad it was, but something I'm not too worried about. We'll fix it. If it hasn't been fixed already, we'll fix it on the plane and we'll go back to loving each other tomorrow.
Oh, shit. This is the one criticism Kyle Shanahan has with, is that the one criticism I don't like is he's really close with Debo, and I hope they do address it and they do fix it, because going after and trying to punch and choke the long snapper on special teams is crazy work. I hope they take care of it though. You know what I mean? Let me turn this down. Why is the volume so low? Oh, maybe I need to turn up my volume.
Obviously, you had to go there on the last week, but what was your confidence level going in there that he was going to make it, and what did you think was going wrong for him?
I had great confidence all week in him. Confidence is built off of how guys look during the week, and he looked great in the week. And he made some field goals today, but the one he missed was just a little bit left. Looked like the next one he missed was the exact same kick, a little bit left. Then it looked like he overcompensated for those misses and missed the exact same way a little bit to the right, and fixed that a little bit, and it just went into the right on the last one. So you're only as good as your last kick, so he did a hell of a job winning that game for us at the end.
Were you told anything about the muff that it seemed like he was walked directly into Townley's head?
Are we not gonna go over the whole 41 video minutes of this? So let's see if we can hear Christian McCaffrey. Let's hear him.
I'm just happy I'm here, man. I mean, that was a long journey and a lot of long days. So it feels good to win, and it feels good to just play in a football game again. Yeah, it was a great throw. He had pressure in his face, I guess, and it was perfectly thrown ball. That's not easy to put touch on it, to understand where I'm at on the field, and to be able to put that there, and it was a big play.
All right, so let's hear from let's see who else is. Let's hear from Brock.
Obviously it's not like our favorite to be in that kind of position, but that's the NFL. We're going to be playing games like this. And, for us to be able to pull together as a team, defense get a stop, offense move the ball, and then special teams finish, it feels good to finish it out. Obviously, there's some stuff that we all would like to clean up, but to come down here and off our bye and get a win is huge.
Locker room's closed a little extra longer. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about after this game, so kind of get the overall message of
Yeah, I mean, we just sort of hit on all the components of the game, and Kyle telling us what the difference is with offense in the first half. We had opportunities to go and score, and then second half we were on, but we still have to capitalize and finish. And then some special teams mishaps and stuff like that happened throughout the game. But at the end of the day, we took care of the ball, and we were able to.
And that's the one thing I will say he's absolutely right on. Absolutely right on. 49ers need to get themselves better in the second half. They let teams kind of just hang around. And that's the same thing what happened with the Arizona Cardinals when we played Arizona. We just let them hang around, and they end up getting the win. And it's almost happened on 2 or 3 other occasions as well, where we're just letting teams hang around in the second half. Either we get the win or we get the loss. But in this particular game, I didn't feel that they were going to lose from the very beginning. I just saw Tampa Bay had 2 of their star receivers out. I saw that Tampa Bay was not going to be able to contain the vertical threat of the 49ers, especially with Christian McCaffrey opening up the playbook for Kyle Shanahan, and having another player that can vertically go up the field that's a running back is a special talent. And they would have won by 9. This game wouldn't have been as close if the field goal kicker wouldn't have missed those field goals, missed 3 field goals off that. So, but they do need to start finishing better in the red zone. That's one thing I noticed, that they're having really trouble this year. Where they're having really bad red zone issues, and that's something they do need to address and figure out what to do. I do think they need to go back to running the ball. I do think they will do that because McCaffrey will be better this week and probably get at least 20 to 25 carries the next game as well. So there's that, you know what I mean?
To finish as a team at the end, which is what matters in the NFL. So.
What was your level of confidence after Jason missed the 3 field goals in the end?
No, I knew he was going to hit it. Just who he is and what he's done for us. We've literally seen him, hit some really big kicks in his career, and obviously at practice and stuff, we've seen what he's capable of. And so for him to be in that moment, obviously I knew that he's the kind of guy that would learn from his kind of mistakes and then when it mattered most, finish. And that's what he did. So.
All right. Good job, bro. He played really excellent, bro. Rob played really good, bro.
Just some rest. Hopefully I kind of knew that I could push through without it getting too much worse. So that's what I did. But definitely evaluate tomorrow. Just got hit right in it. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. The guys on the back end were doing a great job covering them up. We weren't getting much of a rush, so they were doing great. But definitely want to clean up the run game.
Yeah, and that's one thing. He's absolutely right. They did really good. The corners, Ronaldo Green played excellent, and I think he should have been starting anyway when they drafted him. They got a steal off of him. Excellent corner out of Miami. I believe it's Miami. But I do think that 49ers missed the opportunity to pick up a right end to help Nick Bosa, because all they have to do right now is double him, and run up the middle. They play the defense played really good. They just got no pressure on the quarterback. I do believe that when they play a team like the Bills or a team like the Green Bay, who they have a running quarterback, elite running quarterback, also a better playmakers on their team, they're going to have a little bit more of a tougher time. So they have to try to find a way to scheme up a way to get to the quarterback. Whether they have to send Fred Warner to blitz, whether they have to send a safety, off the edge to blitz, they have to, or a corner. They have to find a way to scheme up to create pressure, because right now, when they play those upper echelon teams, they're going to have a really tough time. And Nick Bosa is absolutely right. All right, is that Ricky Porso? Yeah, it is.
Juice got you the ball, the touchdown ball.
Oh yeah. Somebody came over and handed it to me. Probably just hang it up somewhere in the room. I probably should start a little memorabilia area in my room or something. So.
Can you talk about the pressure on the final drive of just having to perform in that situation and no one knows at stake and that you guys still were in it?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's always pressure. I don't think it's too much. Just the way you got to handle it. And I think we got the guys on our squad that are able to handle it and go out there and make plays. And our coaches put us in the right position, and we go out there and execute.
All right, and good job, man. You played really good. Yeah, maybe another week or two, he'll be back at 100%.
We have these trips and we play at 1 o'clock. It's 10 a.m. kickoff for us. All it ever really tells us is, I just want you guys to go out there, ignore the fact that it's 10 a.m. our time, and just go out there and fight and, go off on every single play. And he was just proud of us that, we showed up and we battled. Like, it wasn't very pretty all the time. We have to score in the red zone better than that. Our defense probably, the Bucs offense was moving the ball a little bit with a couple, not great special teams plays. But being able to deal with all of that and still come out with a win, that reminds me of like 2019. Like, it's not going to be pretty, but you just have to find ways to win, no matter how ugly they are sometimes. And it was just kind of fun to watch all of our receivers kind of run wild. That was really fun to see.
One thing I don't want them to stop doing, is blaming the special teams. I don't like them to blame. Special teams is really bad this year, I know. I don't know if that coach is going to Schroeder, something like that. The guy from Seattle. I don't think he's going to be there next year. I mean, it's pretty bad. I'm not going to cap. But it's so bad that the 49er players, I've never seen them so much blame, like a defense, like, blah, blah, blah. But every player has said special teams on offense. It's frustrating because they're playing so bad, But George Kittle is the best player on their offense this year so far. And we'll see if that happens in a couple of weeks with McCaffrey getting back to his health. Fred Warner always plays excellent. I feel kind of bad for him, him and Bosa, but not being able to create a pass rush, but Fred played great as well.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't know about it until after I got back in the locker room, and that's just the fiery spirit of the team. Everybody, of course, wants to win, and I don't put too much into that.
For their last drive, you guys as a team only had 6 penalties on day, you had 4 on that last drive. What is kind of going through your head there as they're moving the ball via your mistakes?
Yeah, it was unfortunate, the amount of mistakes, and mine included. Of course, everybody's out there trying their hardest to play hard to win and make the play to win the game. But we had multiple opportunities out there, to finish the game on our end. That 4th down, Baker makes a heck of a play to keep the drive going. And my mindset through it all was, hey, even with the penalties, next play mentality,
Exactly. Smart. Yep. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So, I appreciate you guys. I'll be on here every week, every Sunday. Now, I can't, I love 49ers have been my team for quite some time, but I decided to cover them this year. I do everything, I do football, NBA, video games, reactions to, YouTubers, reactions to sporting videos, reactions to NBA. I do dabble into a little bit of everything. Kind of whatever my viewers decide is where I dabble in the most. So if you want me to do more football videos, more football content, and if you watch and I see the views, then I'll start doing that more. But if you're watching me on my YouTube, on my Twitter, and you're more of a wrestling fan, I'll stick with still doing wrestling more because that's whatever the viewership is drawing, as well. If you are a wrestling fan, I actually have about a day or two left on this little. I'm making an original content video for the WWF. So I'll be releasing that as well in the next day or two. I have a full-time job, so support me so I can become I am a full-time, I just don't get paid. Support so I can get paid really good enough so the more you support, the more it creates algorithms, the more actually I can start making more money, the more I can give you more and more content with this. It goes hand in hand. When I work a regular 9 to 5, I'm working this is a second job too as well, but obviously my money is in that 9 to 5, but I do want to just get paid just to do this and focus on providing content, whether it be sports, gaming, reactions, those type of things as well. Being a YouTuber, TikToker, I don't know what it's called on Twitch, but or on Twitter. But anyway, I appreciate anyone that stopped by, that's giving this a look, support, like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you are on Twitch, you can sub up as well and support, the videos. If you want me to see me do more videos and you're on YouTube, put in the comment section, what video you would like me to do, and also and I think that's pretty much it. You can also I will be doing a gaming stream tonight. I'll probably be doing two. One will be a Fortnite gaming stream, and one will be a NCAA gaming stream. So if you like video games or watch gaming, whatever, you can pop on. Just talk to me about football. If you want to talk about football, you want to talk about wrestling, you want to talk about sports, just pop on and talk to me. I've had people on TikTok just come on there and just ask me to bid on games advice, or want to play me a game for $10 or whatever. That's cool. You can pop on and conversate with me. I'll talk to you. But I appreciate anyone that stopped by. Man, I see y'all in about an hour or two. I'm gonna start when I start my gaming stream. Y'all take care. Also, for my wrestling fans, I did post a couple videos on my on X, Twitter. I don't know why I just said X, but on Twitter, and you can watch those for reactions or what have you. Also, I started, you can join my community as well, where, where I give exclusive videos as well. Stuff that you may not get on my regular Twitter. But if you go to my page on Twitter, you could see that that content is there. Or you can go to my YouTube and you can go my video playlist page, my VOD, and you can check for that as well. And set your notifications. I do a lot of content. I stream 80 to 100 hours a month. So that is a lot of content, a lot of hours. I am trying to reconnect because it's so much I'm doing and having a full-time job and having kids, so. But anyway, I will be, I'm probably going to do my first base tomorrow night after Raw. I will be coming on here. So if you're a wrestling fan, you like the WWE, you can pop on here and we'll do a reaction show, a recap similar to what I did with this for Raw. And you can pop on, and whether you want to join on X. Now, if you go to Twitch, you could probably have more of an interactive experience. But if you want to watch me on Twitter, that's cool. Or you want to watch the live later, you can go to my YouTube and check out my VOD on YouTube as well. Hey man, I appreciate y'all guys, man. And but I will be doing a space tomorrow as well. And I might go live during the day. That's why I said always set your notifications. I'm always on with those 4 platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Always on there. All right, appreciate you guys. Y'all take care. Be safe, man. And I'll see you guys soon. Yes, sir.